this book, and like it literally is adorable. Like this book is adorable, but sorry, I kind of like I've been up for a few hours. I just like haven't got out of bed, and like my throat's still like raspy and stuff. I don't know. I think it's just allergies. I don't think I'm actually getting sick, but um it's like really weird, but like it's fine. But anyways, this book is really adorable. Like I really love the book, but it's also infuriating because there is one climactic scene that is supposed to be like really meaningful and like important and like it's supposed to like resonate with the character and like make you feel hopeless, but to me it just pisses me off because this climactic scene is so stupid in my opinion. Like it just, oh my god, like it just literally, oh my god, it annoys me so much. Like the rest of the book, freaking fantastic. Like this book is like so good. Like I've reread it like at least 3 times now, and it's so good aside from this one scene. Like just how dare they? Like they just literally, why is this scene so important, and why do they put so much importance into something so insignificant, in my opinion? Like, okay, so anyways, it's really hard to explain, but like, it's such a good book. It's such a good book that it's like too complex to like explain into words just how good this book is and like the plot and everything, because like it's just too complex, but it's so good. Oh my god, this book is so good. I love it. Like, oh my god, it's like really hard to find a good book on Wattpad, and like when you do, you reread them over and over and over again because like, hello, it's literally impossible to find a good book on a Wattpad. Okay, like you gotta give me a break. And this book is one of the really good books on Wattpad, so I've reread it a few times. But there's this one scene that I keep talking about because, like, it's so bothers me. I'm gonna try my best to, like, summarize this book, but, like, it's gonna take a while because, like, this book is so complex. Like, so complex. Like, it's so deep, so complex, so amazing. Oh my god. Like, oh my god, I love this book so much. But like, oh, okay. But basically, I don't know how to explain it. Fuck, dude, it's like so like difficult to explain. Like it's like I'm I think it's really hard. Like I feel like it's unjustified for me to try and summarize it because it's just too beautiful and complex for me to summarize it into words, and like you can't just you can't like it's like oh my god, it's such a good book though. Dude, I feel bad summarizing it because like it almost shames me because like it's too good to be like summarized and like oh my god. Anyways, as much as it like goes against like the beauty of the book, like I'm gonna have to like summarize it just so you can like get the premise and understand why this scene is so frustrating towards me. But basically, there are these like demonic like creatures who form like kind of concentration camps, and they steal like werewolves and like humans, vampires, and they like do tests on them, and then they like turn them into these things called bloodhounds, which are basically something that's created from like torture and experiments, and like I'm not entirely sure how exactly they're made, but like they're made in these concentration camps run by these demons. And these bloodhounds are like completely like they're derived from like an actual person, like they're derived from like a werewolf or a human, but like once they're turned into bloodhounds, like they're completely like lost, like they're basically just like animals, and they like just like they completely lose their humanity, and they're just like pure like mindless evil like animals. And the main character is this girl who like was at one of these concentration camps and being tested on and experimented on, but then like her mate, who is like a werewolf, like discovered her and like saved her from the concentration camp and like destroyed the concentration camp. And then later on you find out that the reason that her mate was at the concentration camp was because he is like undercover and he's like working with the demons and pretending that he wants to like run a concentration camp with the demons, and like is trying to figure out like how the demons create bloodhounds, because like they're trying to like prevent bloodhounds and like stop the demons. And then somehow the demons find out that the main character is the mate of the werewolf, who's like undercover and pretending to be like one of like a demon wannabe basically. And so then they like basically like poison her, but not really poison, because like it doesn't kill her and it doesn't like make her sick, it just makes her infertile, so like she's like she can't have kids. And like it's devastating to her apparently, and like she has like breakdowns about it and like just cannot like function because she's like infertile and she's like really upset about it. And the demons like promise that like to her mate that like if he gave himself up and like they turned him into a bloodhound, like, or he let them turn him into a bloodhound, they would cure her poison and like make her fertile again. And this boy is gonna do it. Like, this boy is gonna do it. He's gonna turn into a bloodhound, and it like he doesn't turn into a mindless beast like every other bloodhound does. Like, he's miraculously like still a werewolf, but like also stronger because he's like bloodhound. So instead of like transitioning into a werewolf, he transitions into a bloodhound, but he still has the ability to turn back human, and he's not completely mindless monster. But I only know that because I've read this book so many times. But at this point of the story, like, you don't know that. You only know that he's going to give himself up and turn himself into a bloodhound, which is basically like a mindless beast, for his mate's fertility. Like, that to me is beyond stupid. Because, like, okay, why is it so important for her to be fertile in the first place? Like, it doesn't freaking matter if you guys can have biological kids. Like, you can adopt. Like, there's so many other options that you can do. I'm sorry. Like, I have, like, eye crusties because, like, I just kind of got out of bed. Or I'm not even out of bed yet. But, like, you know what? It's fine. Anyways, he, like, it just bothers me, like, how much, like, he's, like, willing to risk. Like, he's willing to turn into a fucking, like, mindless monstrosity purely so that his, like, mate can have biological kids. Like, really? Like, and even then, like, if she's able to, like, have biological kids and they supposedly give her the cure, which it's not even guaranteed that they would even give her the cure if he turned himself into a blood beast, because, like, by the time he turned into a bloodhound, like, he wouldn't be, like, rational thinking, and, like, he wouldn't even be aware of whether or not, like, they gave her the cure or not. So, like, and who's to say there's even a cure? Like, nothing is, like, confirmed. And, like, he's just, like, the only reason that I know, like, things are confirmed is because I've read the book. Like, I've read the whole book. But, like, when I first read this, like, this actually genuinely, like, made me really angry because, like, I was so frustrated and, like, confused because, like, he's willing to turn himself into a monster purely because he wants his mate to be fertile again, and he's not even sure that she's even gonna be turned fertile again, or if it's even possible for her to turn fertile again, because he won't even be aware of what happens after he's turned into a bloodhound. Like, it literally doesn't make any sense. Like, he's just being stupid. And she's being stupid too, because like she's literally having a meltdown and like breaking down because she's not fertile anymore. Like, okay, if she was pregnant and they gave her like poison and killed her child or her unborn child, or like, I would understand her breakdown. But like, she's not even pregnant. Like, they literally just prevented her from having kids in the future. Like, okay, I'm sorry, but that like happens naturally to like a lot of people, and like, it's like, I'm not gonna say it's not a big deal, because it is a big deal, because like a lot of people, like especially women, want kids. Like, they want like biological kids. Like, a lot of women dream about having kids in the future. Maybe I'm not like that affected by this, and it like irritates me so much because I don't want to have biological kids, and like I've never wanted biological kids, and it's never been a priority to me, because like I just don't see why it's such a big deal. Like, to me, family is not blood. Like, family is not somebody that's related to you. Family is somebody that you care about and you love. And there's anything that I've learned, like, blood and like relations and love do not go hand in hand. They just don't. Like, there's supposed to be like a responsibility and like a love that like comes with having a kid or comes with being related to somebody, but despite that, that's not the only love that's supposed to be there. Like, you're supposed to like actually genuinely love that person from your heart. And not a lot of people, well, I mean, not a lot of people in my life have given me that love. And so like, I've just come to realize that like blood and love are not the same. Like, there's maternal and parental love, but that's not the same as like genuine love. Like, love is indescribable. Like, it's like, you can't like force it, and you can't just depend on like maternal or parental instincts that like have you care for somebody. That's not love, that's care. That's like, it's completely different. And like, you can't like, it's not, I don't know like how to explain it. Like, it's not easy to love and continue loving. And so like, when like people put so much value in like relations and like family, I get irritated, because to me, family is not relations, it's love. And family does not always equate love, okay? Like, not every family has love, okay? And the fact that people put so much value in being fertile or like having a biological family like irritates me, because like, a biological family is not a family because it's biological. It's a family if you love them. Okay, if you don't love them, then you're not a family. Like, so it really doesn't matter if you're related to the person or not. Like, if there's no love involved, they're not your fucking family. So, yeah. But, so I guess that's why it infuriates me that, like, they put so much value in having, like, biological children, so much so that he's willing to risk abandoning his mate and like turning into like a mindless monster without even the guarantee that she's even going to be turned fertile again once he's a bloodhound. And like, once she's fertile again, like, she's going to be too devastated without her mate to even want to have kids. Like, you're literally losing your life and like losing her life as well because, like, you're being selfish and, like, thinking that the only thing that she wants is blood family. Like, that's not love. That's not, like, something that you should risk all of that for. Like, there are other options. Like, you could adopt, like, you could foster, like, you could, like, even, like, have a surrogate, like, if you really needed to. Like, there are so many other options, and, like, they're just putting so much value in, like, having their own kids, and, like, well, not even having their own kids, because he's not even gonna be there. Like, it's just her having her own kids that, like, it just frustrates me, because, like, that's not important. What's important is, like, true love, and true love is not having biological kids or having a biological family. True love is more than that, much more than that, and I don't think that they understand that, and I don't think the author understands that, and it, like, frustrates me, because this is supposed to be the climactic scene. This is supposed to be a scene where, like, the reader feels hopeless and scared because they're unsure of how the author's gonna, like, move the characters forward. And this climax to me is stupid, because I don't agree with it, and I don't think that it's right, and I think it's stupid, and it pisses me off instead of doing what it's intended to do, which is to create confusion and fear. But instead, it creates anger and frustration and, like just confusion, but, like, because, like, they're being so stupid kind of confusion, not, like, confusion like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen now, and, like, it's not, like, a good climax. Like, I really don't like it a lot. Like, it literally almost ruins the book. It doesn't quite ruin the book, because the rest of the book, like, is really good, and all of the scenes and chapters and characters and the plot development before this climax is literally, like, almost flawless. Like, it's so good. And then you get to the climax, and you're like, this is supposed to be one of the best scenes in every single book, and you ruined it. Like, you ruined it. Like, you totally ruined it. Like, I don't know if it's, like, just my morals that make it so wrong for me, or if, like, it's just, like, I don't know. Like, I cannot stand the climax in this book. The rest of the book is phenomenal. But, like, this climax freaking sucks. Like, it's horrible. Like, I freaking hate it so much. Like, oh my god, it annoys me so much. But the rest of the book and all of the chapters before this climax were freaking fantastic. So, like, I mean, I just need to get over it. But, like, still, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I freaking hate it so much. It's not that it's written badly. It's just that, like, it doesn't make sense to me, and, like, there could have been so many other options that you could have done to, like, make a climax, and it could have been infinitely better. Infinitely better. Like, 1,000 times better. Like, oh my god. It's really annoying, but, like, it's fine. Sorry for talking about this book so early in the morning. It's actually not even that early. It's, like, 9:27. Okay, anyways, goodbye. I'm gonna stop ranting now. Bye.